Hello everybody, this is Lee Phillips' Journey of Truth. We are here in downtown Loganville at the library site. It is Thursday, July the 17th. It is going on 8 a.m. in the morning. And let's see here, we've got partly cloudy skies. Hold on just a second. And it is 74 degrees. Sorry about that. Alright, so to fill y'all in on what's been happening this week, Monday we had the DOT shutdown of Main Street for the water drain line that went in. And we had plumbers and electricians finishing up this week, getting their installation in the ground, in the slab for the library. So once they got completed on getting the electrical and plumbing in, then the crews came in and put down the plastic, gravel, and rebar. So we've got the rebar in there. We've got the Thomas concrete trucks that have been already delivering concrete this morning. And so I don't know why they don't have them lined up over there ready to go, because this is supposed to be a continuous pour. When you do a slab like this, you're supposed to do a continuous pour. And so, oh, that was a strong aroma in the air. Not coming from the job site, coming from a vehicle passing by. So these guys, it looks like they're laying the concrete in the footers around the outside edge. That's the deeper spot. And so they're going to get some laid in there so that it can start setting up. And then they'll pour the entire portion after the footers, I'm guessing. Different crews do things kind of different. Some will just start pouring and they'll start in one corner and just pour footers and everything all at one time. Some companies, they like to get the footers set a little bit and then come back and pour the slab part, the upper part, on top of it. So I want to try and give y'all a better view here, and maybe they'll get some more concrete trucks rolling in here by the time I walk around, and we can show y'all some more of the concrete pouring. We'll get a view from the upper side up here. We'll do a complete walk around. I don't know if I've ever shown y'all the sign here. That's what we always called a pump truck. And they'll dump the concrete in the back of it. And there's an auger and pump system inside there that pressurizes it and pushes it through all that piping and out the black hose on the other end that the workers use to direct it to the location that they want it in. Looks like little pond's got bugs all in it. Because surely those ain't raindrops. I don't feel them falling on my head. I think that's just bugs hitting the water. Maybe somebody should throw a couple of fish in there. So right here is where they've got their clean out station. This is where the debris that the trucks clean out, because they can't have them just riding around with concrete that might fall off of it. And also they bring them, back them up right there. They've got a pit dug out lined with plastic and straw, and that's where they clean it out. So we're going to take a look here, see what they got going on. My brother! Hey, can I walk? Alright, so I got permission to walk right here. I'm not going to get in their way. Good morning, sir. God bless. Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Water line? Sewer. Alright folks, so this is going to be where the sewer line for the library is going to come out and tie into the city services. So they're fixing to move this plate in the road, and as you can see there's a square hole in the middle of the plate, and he's got a special block that he's going to lock in there. And that little block is going to hold that weight. Trust me, there's no way it's going to go nowhere. So we're going to step out of the way. All right, so that's a sewer manhole that they put in right there. Or it was existing and they just cut out around it. And that's where the library service ties into for the sewer. And then you better put some grease on your tracks. They're squeaking a little bit.
Yeah, I think I need to loosen them up a little bit. They're too tight. Too tight.
Not enough play.
Yeah.
You always got to have room for play.
That's right. You doing all right?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you this morning?
Another day in paradise.
So y'all getting the sewer tied in? I'm just making an observation with this concrete crew that's here.
Oh, yeah.
I would think when pouring a monolithic slab of that size, why don't they have trucks lined up? Why are they waiting on another concrete truck?
I don't know.
You don't do that when you're pouring a slab that big. You got the trucks ready to go so that as soon as one is emptied, you got another one right there. Because now all that material that is in that line, they're going to have to push that out if they have to wait too long.
Oh, yeah.
Because it will set up and harden in the lines.
Oh, yeah.
If the truck don't hurry up and get here and they get fresh stuff going through there.
It's 160 yards.
Dude, that's a lot. That's a lot if they have to clear that line out.
I don't think they'll have to clear it out. You think so? They'll probably have it wet enough. Maybe.
No, it has to be a certain consistency to go through that line. Too wet or too stiff, and it won't do it. And if they let it sit there too long, they're going to have a problem. They better get these trucks rolling. You don't have a big slab like that and not have one truck ready to go as soon as the other truck empties out. Or at least just have a couple of minutes in between deliveries.
Yeah.
But you should not be standing around this long. That guy's already cleaned his chutes out, the whole back end of his truck, and he's gone. That is just crazy. I've never seen anybody have a wait time at the beginning of a pour like that after pouring 2 trucks.
Have they just started?
Yeah, well, the truck that just left, as far as I know, was the second truck. They might have been pouring more than that. I don't know. I just got down here. I came on the other side and started my video, and then I walked around. And so,
Okay.
now y'all got to dig this out all the way to the tie-in?
Yeah, kind of where those guys are at.
Yeah.
Probably about 10 feet more this way. There's the sewer line right there that they got from outside the building.
Angling at the angle that you have your trench started going underway.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I got a fitting that I need to put right there in order to angle that way. So.
Like a 22 and a half
Yeah.
angle?
Yeah, I got.
Because most angles are standard. You got your 1/8 bend, your quarter bend, but the 22 and a half is kind of in between the 1/8 and a quarter, depending on the direction.
That's normally what I use. I use 45s, 22s, and 11s. That's what I stick with.
Just like framing, man. Basic measurements, basic angles, it all stays the same.
Yeah. Because, if you get like an 1/8 or like 8 stuff like that, if you want to be precise, then yeah, you need to get stuff like that, But. I mean, I've normally just used.
We're not plumbing.
90s.
We're not plumbing under a house. This is going from the road to the building.
That's right. So normally I do 90s, 45s, 22s, and 11s. Normal. And then all the rest of that, you can just kind of play with it a little bit.
So this will be the sewer. Electrical, I'm guessing, is going to be overhead. I don't know where they're going to tie in at yet for electrical.
Yeah, I don't know where they're doing that.
Yeah, maybe.
They might do underground. Maybe, I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
Have you've got blueprints that show everything? Have you seen anything for underground electrical?
I don't do.
Other than the slab, they have to go from point to point in the slab, but Loganville doesn't have anything overhead. I mean, underground in downtown. Everything comes off the pole. So I mean, they could come off the pole and go down and go underground, but man, you're talking about if they have to come from that side of Main Street over there. Oh no, the poles are on this side.
That's right.
Okay, so they could dig out and go underground with it.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, I only do the.
This is the only thing y'all got left.
And the water.
And the water, and then you can get more of the rough grade of the parking lot ready for the curbing to go in.
Yeah, that's kind of already in subgrade right there. All that is just is ready for putting rock on.
So you get sewer and water in, the curbing guys are going to be almost pretty much ready to come in and set up their forms for their curbing, because curbing always goes in before the paving.
That's right. Yep. And
I have to mention these things because a lot of folks out there might not know, so I like to give them little details. That's why I go into in-depth little conversations like that. So, people are really appreciative. They're like, I didn't know that. And so they're really interested in things that happen in construction and all. And I mean, just look at the workforce nowadays. You got a lot of more people that are turning from going to college and going into trade school, to where that you know, hands-on work, welding, carpentry, plumbing, electrical. They're realizing that there's a big market out there and it pays good. And so there's a lot of people that are jumping in that. We have another concrete truck rolling in. All right, we're going to get to see them unload. This looks like the best vantage point I'm going to get for watching them. He pulls right up. He's got his chute right over the hopper, and the Bobcat pulls right in the way. We're just joking. City got asphalt coming for this today?
No, we're gonna asphalt this once we asphalt the rest of it. It's gonna have a plate on it.
Folks, when I did steel work, I worked with big plates of steel like this. I didn't use it for covering, I used it to cut out parts. Parts for machinery, for doing recycling. We built the whole systems at the company I worked at in South Carolina. We did work in California and all over, building and repairing recycling plant machinery. So I don't know if y'all can see the debris that's coming out of the end of the tube, but it's not consistent. It's in chunks. Hopefully it didn't set up in the tube. We'll see what the material looks like when they start pushing it out. So he's gonna dump it in right there. Let's walk around this way. And just to reiterate, always get permission. No matter what you think your relationship is, if he had said no, you can't come, I would have respected that and I would have walked back around. But you never know until you ask. And so with permission, I was able to have a conversation and learn a little bit of information. So what I'm gonna do, I'm walking back over here because I have my other stand and I've got my morning coffee. Let's get the camera back on the project. Step across here with no traffic coming. Alright, we're almost past the tricky part. Tricky part's getting it in this stand without hitting the on-off button. Isn't life so grand that we have all kinds of things that can keep us occupied and keep us happy and make us feel good? Everybody's got their own little niche in life, their own little gift that God gave them. Where are my controls? Well, I was looking for my zoom bar and I can't find my zoom bar.